This is your one and only 𝐈𝙪𝙩𝙧𝙤 with your daily dose of video goodness, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Weekend Magic. Okay, so I'm going to do something a little bit different this week. I thought it would be fun to build a deck together so you can see the process that I use, because, you know, you see a lot of decks out there and you may not have the cards you need. You may want to build a specific kind of deck, and I just thought it would be cool to take you through the process that I use to build decks when you don't have all of the cards and you don't want to spend a bunch of cards of your wild cards and stuff like that. So, and a good example of that is a Golgari deck. I don't have one, and I kind of want to build one. I do have a few cards for it, but not a bunch. So I figured it would be a great example to show you my thought process on this and how I go about doing it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go all the way to the end here for a few cards that I have. Where are they at here? Let's just do black and get rid of the green for now, so I can find those cards. Okay, so here we go. We have a couple of cards here that we can use, like this one here, and we could do 𝐆𝐪𝙪𝙪𝙧, but I don't know. I'm gonna put 𝐆𝐆𝙪𝙪𝙧 in there for now. We may remove him. I don't know. We'll see. And then like we have this guy here. This is a great one. We'll put him in there. I like this one. We'll put that in there because we could do stuff like bait them with a giant growth on it or something like that and kill a bunch of their creatures. Really handy. Journey to Eternity. I wish I had more than one, but one is better than none at all. This is going to load up our graveyard, but considering that we don't have a lot of Golgari themed cards from this set in order to play with stuff in our graveyard or bring it back, it's iffy. Let's put it in there for now, and then we'll come back to it later. We may take that card out. Okay, so now that we've got those few cards in there for a base, we're just going to kind of mainly focus on creatures for the most part here, and then we'll go through and add more spells. I went ahead and added this in there because I know I wanted it, but we're mainly focused on adding creatures right now. So let's see what other creatures we have that mess with the graveyard. So we can start off by typing in the search here, graveyard, and just see what we got. So like this guy's great because when he goes into the graveyard, you can play him. So he's actually perfect for this style deck, because if we say use something like the Glowspore Shaman and put him in the graveyard, we'll just be able to play him directly from the graveyard. So that's a fantastic option. Let's see what else we have here. Actually, let's just go over here and click creatures, and let's just kind of look through here. Like, what does this do? This has undergrowth, so that's another thing we want to look for, because that means it is affected by creatures in the graveyard. So it enters the battlefield, target creature gains menace, and it gets until the end of turn. I would like more permanent type situations. So the Stitcher Supplier just puts stuff in the graveyard, which is okay-ish, but let's see what else we have that plays with graveyard effects. So let's see, when he enters the battlefield, put the top 3 cards into, okay. So we got a lot of stuff that just fills the graveyard, but what we really need is stuff that brings things back out of the graveyard, because that's really important to be able to play things from the grave. And it doesn't look like we have many creatures that actually do that for us, so we may have to rely on like instants and sorceries. We have good old Gravedigger here, good old-fashioned Gravedigger, so we can use him. Our mana curve is really bad right now. We have 9 4-drops, like that's terrible. So, and we're at 17 creatures. We need to get like the 1s and 2s to get much higher, because our chance of drawing converted mana cost to 4 is extremely high right now. So, I mean, we could do Stitcher Supplier, but if we don't have a lot of stuff pulling things from the graveyard, then that could be iffy. Let's look at the creatures that we have here for green. Green doesn't have a lot of options either. We got some undergrowth. So this guy's really expensive to get out, and it's another one of those like until the end of turn effects. So, and we don't have anything, like a couple of these wouldn't be terrible, but we only have one. So that means we're gonna have to start looking for things that aren't affected by the graveyard and just see what we could do. So we got Death Touch as an option going on here. So we got these guys with Death Touch, so that could be handy. A lot of death touch in the deck could make it really difficult for our opponents to do anything creature-wise. What's that put us at? That puts us at 21. So, I mean, it's not ideal. That means we're going to need something to ramp our mana to make sure that we can deal with all this like 4-cost stuff. So I think we're okay on creatures now. We're at 20. Let's go over, you know what we could do? We could do a couple of Llanowar elves. Let's throw 2 Llanowars in there. That's going to put us at 22. Okay, so now let's take a look at the enchantments that we have and see if we have anything that affects graveyard. So we have this, which is fantastic, because if things are dying and coming back, we're going to get 2/2 tokens all over the board, which can be fun. Other than that, I'm not seeing a lot of options here. I mean, this could be actually... This could work out and be a surprise to the opponent as well, because they'll be like, you're playing that in a Golgari deck? Yeah, because that could give us, like when we first cast it, that extra mana boost that we need. You know what? Let's drop 3 of those in there and just see how it goes. Okay, so now let's look at our instants and sorceries. We're going to need stuff that returns things from the graveyard for sure. So let's see what we have in the way of that. Let's do a graveyard search. So we have Rise from the Grave. Man, I wish I had a few more of these. We only have one, but one, once again, is better than none. Because it does allow us to return 2 creature cards from the graveyard. This is just such a good card. I almost want to spend a wild card on it, although I only have 4 rares right now, and I think I'm gonna hold off. Let's just put the 1 in there, because once again, it's a situation where 1 is better than none at all. And we'll definitely put 2 of those in there. Actually, we do have Soul Salvage. So that's actually, I missed that one. I thought that was something different, and then I read the card text. So actually, you know what? Let's get rid of, where is it? I mean, it's just so cheap. It's funny that this one is so cheap. It's the exact same thing. Return 2 target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand for the cost of 2 of either green or black, whichever. It's so incredibly cheap. And then you have the option of playing that or playing Finality. And then you have this. Like, this is the thing that gets me about Magic, and why when people try to tell me it's a balanced game, I'm like, no. Because then you have this, which you can cast, but this is essentially the same thing as Find. However, it costs 3 mana, and you don't get the option of playing green or black, which I find kind of hilarious, and they're both sorceries. So what we're going to do, we're going to unfortunately drop that out. We're going to put 3 of these in here, because that's going to be super handy for us to be able to pull creatures back out of the graveyard after we toss them in there. And what does that put us at? That puts us at 55. Our mana curve looks, meh, it looks okay. So let's see what else we can put in there, maybe to just give us the upper hand. So we got the song in there. You know what? I kind of liked the idea of when creatures die, getting the tokens. Let's do a clear. Let's just make sure. Actually, no, you know what I want to put in there? You know what I'm going to finish it off with? I'm going to finish it off with Titanic Growth. So we need 2 more of something. This gives us a little bit of card draw and stops it from dying. So this would be great for blocking with something that has Death Touch that you know is going to die. And yeah, I think that's a pretty good option there. The other thing that we could use instead is Prey Upon to force 2 creatures to attack. We don't get the card draw, and we may lose a creature, but it does give us definite removal. This relies on them attacking and us blocking, but if we have Death Touch creatures out, there's a chance they're not going to attack because of the Death Touch. This may be a better option, plus it's super cheap, which we need more cheap cards. Okay, so that looks pretty good. So that's kind of the process I use. Normally, when I have more cards, I'm trying to build them back up right now because I've spent a ton of them. Normally, when I have more cards, I will see things that I like, for example, the Journey to Eternity. I would just straight out just buy another one, but I'm working on building this back up. I just opened a ton of packs, and last but not least, we want to go over here and we want to check our land situation. So we'll just remove that. So the first thing I want to do is I want to see if I have anything like these here. So what you do is you control, and that shows you all the ones where they don't come out tapped if you control one or the other. So we're looking for green, black. Oh, I do have 2 of the, that's awesome. That makes me happy. Okay, so I have 2 of those. That's fantastic. So, and then what we'll do with that is we'll put in 2 guild gates and, or foul orchards, whichever, either one. They come out tapped. That should be good. That looks good on the mana. Okay, so that's it. That's the process I use there. Now let's play it, and what I'll usually do is I'll play it a few rounds and then I'll make adjustments. So let's play around and let's see how it goes. All right, so not a terrible opening hand. Yeah, that could work. We'll keep it. Because we can, well, I kind of wish we could have played this guy on turn 1, but that's fine. We'll drop that out tapped. We'll actually play the skeletons first. Looks like we're going up against an Izzet deck, so Higher Poisoner would probably just get blown out straight from the get-go. We'll play the skeletons that way. If he kills the skeletons, then it doesn't really matter because we'll just bring it back later. Actually, let's start off with the shaman here. Get some stuff in the old graveyard. Make 𝙊𝙪𝙩𝙧 a little bit cheaper, so then we can, how many do we get? Just 1. So let's do that. Put that on the top there. We'll draw that next. Get us a little bit more balanced mana out there. So that wasn't terrible. We got 1 land in there and one creature. Makes 𝙊𝙪𝙩𝙧 slightly cheaper to cast. The other cool thing is like I need to complete a play set of these. I need to just unlock them. These are such a good card. The other cool thing is like this, when this guy's in the graveyard, he'll count towards 𝙊𝙪𝙩𝙧. Then we can cast 𝙊𝙪𝙩𝙧 while he's in the graveyard and then cast him back out. Just little handy interactions like that. I really like the whole Golgari like deck style of playing. I just need to get more cards that allow for a better Golgari type deck. Okay, congratulations, you killed a creature I don't really care too much about and helped us out. Okay, so we got that swamp. We're going to, actually I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play that because that will allow us to drop this guy on the board and drop this guy on the board as well. Now see that we have the Prey Upon, we can use that with this guy to pretty much kill anything that he puts out there. And he doesn't know we're holding this yet. Alright, buddy, come on, you're tapped out. Click the button. Click. You can't do anything. Does he? Nope. Yeah, there you go. He figured it out. Okay, so we'll drop that, and we can't really do anything. Let's attack, and let's see if he blocks. Because I don't really care if he kills this. I mean, I kind of care, but I know there's more in there that we can draw. I want to get more creatures in there to make this guy cheaper. He's getting there. He's getting a little cheaper. All right, opponent drops a land. What do you got here? What do you got? More card draw? I think I know what deck he's playing. And if he is playing that deck, we're probably going to lose, but we'll see how it goes. Oh, look. Now, see, this is perfect because we don't have any flyers. So we can deal with that guy really easy. And we'll put another creature in our graveyard. Now he's going to attack us for 4, I think. Are you going to attack, buddy? You going to do something? Nope. You not? Okay, make up your mind. That was a terrible play. Oh my god, the land. We're getting flooded so bad right now. Okay, we can pull something from our graveyard. We could pull the archer, but oh man, I really want to get this guy out here. So let's do the Prey Upon. Get rid of his flyer. Okay, so it makes him a little bit cheaper. We're getting there. We're getting there. So then we'll pass the turn. We'll leave the skeleton untapped, so we can block something, and maybe he'll kill it. All right, and he plays a Salvager of Secrets. He wants that additional card draw. And now he's going to attack, and we're going to block. He'll kill him, put him in our graveyard, make this guy cheap enough to actually cast now. I mean, I think we could have cast him anyway once we drop this next land, but, yeah. Ooh, and we got this. That's awesome. That actually works out beautifully. Okay, so let's drop that. Let's cast him. And then we can pull that forest out, which is fantastic. Drop our skeleton back down. And then next turn we can play this to bring back this guy and the hired poisoner. So we'll see if he's got enough. He's gonna have to waste a lot of instants and sorceries to kill this 𝐆𝙪𝙩𝙧. And even if he does, we can bring it back with Soul Salvage or Rise from the Grave. All right, so he plays the Sift, buffs his Lava Runner, but he's almost out of mana. Is he going to attack? That's the question. Attack with some. Oh, he's attacking with everything. All right, so we want to get this guy. Oh, actually, do we want to get him? I want to leave that because if he does that, that allows him to tap out things. Let's kill that Lava Runner. We're gonna take 4. And I think he's gonna try to kill this. Oh, nope. Okay, well that's fine. Because he should have done that first. And we draw more land, because that's all we're drawing. Okay, so let's drop this guy. And I think that we already pulled all of the land out of there, yeah. You got a counterspell? Nope. I really wanted to do this turn, but we gotta keep this guy on the board. And then we'll just pass the turn. And he returns it to our hand again. This time he figures out that he needs to do that first. Now he's going to attack with everything again, I'm sure. Come on there, fella. We're gonna put a stop on his end step so we can cast the skeleton again immediately. So we'll block that one. We'll take 2. And then when he goes to his end step, I should be able to, yeah, and then we'll cast that guy back down. So then he'll untap and then, well, I mean, we might get to do something else eventually. I think what I'm going to do instead of casting that 𝐆𝙪𝙩𝙧 again is cast this. Ooh, actually, better yet. Yeah, and then we'll grab the poisoner. Come on, click the button, dude. Click the button. Can't stop it. It's already hit the stack. Okay, great. Yeah, that worked out really well. I mean, it made this guy more expensive to cast again, but now we can at least have something to stop the damage coming in. The problem I'm seeing is, though, we don't have enough stuff to take care of the stuff that he has on the board in a way that I would like. We're just kind of playing super defensive right now. Okay, so now we can get the 𝐆𝙪𝙧𝙧 back out there. Unfortunately, we have to almost completely tap out to do so. Does he have a counterspell? Do you have a counterspell there, buddy? You got something in your hand. Okay. I guess we'll just throw this other land out there. Might as well. And, so I could attack with this. Let's do that. Let's attack with that and see if he block. Well, attack with the Gravedigger. The great thing is we can bring the Gravedigger back to pull even more creatures out of the graveyard. Let's see if he blocks or just straight up kills it with instant. He's thinking about blocking. He's hovering over his cards because he doesn't know what they do. Like, you should know what your cards do. Yeah, that's your best one to block with there. There you go. Or that one would have worked too. I'm okay with that trade. Now I think we may be in a position. Oh, he's gonna max damage. Come on, waste your instants on it. Wasted them all. You got something else in there? What's your game plan here? Yeah, there you go. There you go. You got him, but he's gonna come back, unfortunately. Just kind of funny. Go ahead and... Well, do I want to do that just yet? Because that puts it in my hand. We could play Rise from the Grave and put it directly back on the battlefield for much cheaper. Let's just do that. Just because it's kind of funny that he wasted all those spells and then it's back out there. And we'll go ahead and do the skeleton as well. And then we'll pass the turn. I think we finally have him in a position where we have the upper hand. Yeah, because he's got 2 spells that he can bring this back, right? Yeah. He has to attack first. Okay, so he used this to draw some cards. We need to get rid of this so he can't do that again, and we can keep him... we can maintain card advantage. So I'm going to attack next turn with both of these because I can use these guys as chump blockers. Ooh, that's not good. That's not good at all. Oh, and then we draw a land. That really sucks. That may be GG for us. Unless we can force him to block with it. We may be able to do. Oh, you know what we can do? I know what we can do. Yeah, Poison Tip Archer for the win. I forgot that he was in our graveyard. I love being able to play from the graveyard. Alright, so that stops him from attacking with that because we'll just block with the Archer. And I don't care if the Archer dies. We can bring it back with the Gravedigger. This is why Golgari is so much fun. You're just like, oh, it's dead? Nah, it just comes back. It just comes back over and over and over and over and over again. Oh, or GG. That works too. Alright, so, I mean, it kind of worked. That wasn't an ideal game, but, so essentially what I'll do is I'll play with this a couple more games, make some tweaks to it, play a couple more games, make a few tweaks, and then, you know, call it done. But yeah, so that's the process on how I build decks when I don't have, you know, like all the cards that I need to actually do so. And yeah, so hopefully you all found this informational. All right, that's going to wrap it up for this episode. If you like what you saw, consider hitting that sub button. I want to give a big thank you to my patrons for making this episode possible. You all are absolutely amazing people. If you'd like to join my Elite Crew Patreon supporters, please check out the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If you're shy, you don't like the comment, just hit that thumbs up button and share your support. Until next time, thanks for watching.